Mr. Matlala told us that he knows where we were coming. He knew that we were coming to his house that day. He showed us on his phone the call history between him and Sergeant F.E. Nkwashu from that day. He told us that he was tipped off through 2 calls, one advising that we were attending a briefing at STF offices at 1407, and further call advising of our departure to Mr. Matlala's residence at 1703.
Again, as a question of clarification, Witness C, do you know the title or role that Sergeant F.E. Nkwashu plays within the SAPS?
Thank you, Commissioners. Since Mr. Matlala had also provided us on that day with more particulars on Mr. Matlala, Mr. Nkwashu, that he was as on his phone, he saved him as warrant officer. But upon further investigation into it, we have determined him as a Detective Sergeant F.E. Nkwashu, working at the National Head Office Detection or Detective Services at the office of the Deputy National Commissioner General, Lieutenant General Subia.
Please proceed, Witness C.
Thank you. And furthermore, on that day, he indicated that he was in constant communication with the Police Minister, Mr. Senzo Mchunu, and on the very same night, he was supposed to have a meeting with Mr. Mchunu, and also indicated that there is a person who is responsible for his meeting with Mr. Mchunu, as he is not the one who arranged for the meeting. So the meeting was going to be through a third party, Commissioners.
Did he say who this person was, or did you ask who the person was?
We asked who the person was, but he elected not to state who the person was at the time.
Witness C, did you, this Sergeant Nkwashu, did you verify the telephone number that you saw on Mr. Matlala's phone, that it was indeed Mr. Nkwashu's, Sergeant Nkwashu's number?
Thank you, Commissioners. On his phone, we verified the cell phone number, and also he also showed us an ABSA account number that belonged to Sergeant Nkwashu. Furthermore, a screenshot of a screenshot whereby Sergeant Nkwashu did an inquiry on the SAPS system. And on that screenshot, his personal number was reflected. Further than that, we also did profiling on who this Nkwashu is. That is, then now we clearly got to know who Detective Sergeant F.E. Nkwashu is.
Just tell us more about the ABSA bank account, Sergeant Nkwashu's bank account. What exactly are you saying about this? What were you shown about? What were you shown about it?
Thank you, commissioners. Mr. Matlala indicated that this Sergeant Nkosi, it is his connection between him and Lieutenant General Sibia. In most cases, he will give Sergeant Nkosi money through transfers for his personal use, and for the general, he will summon Sergeant Nkosi to come and collect the packages for General Sibia.
What packages?
The money packages, commissioners.
Thank you, Witness C. With reference to paragraph 45.6, towards the end of the second sentence, you indicate that the relationship and the intended meeting between Mr. Matlala and the Minister of Police were facilitated by a third-party associate to the minister. Do you now know who that third party is?
Thank you, commissioners. Now we do know through our cell phone investigations into the downloads or mirroring of the cell phones of Mr. Vosimusi Matlala, that the person, the third party, is a person known as Mr. Brown Mokhosi. Thank you, commissioners.
And just to be clear then, that at the time of the operation at Mr. Matlala's residence on the 6th, you were at that time not aware of the identity of this third party, but subsequently came into a place of knowledge.
That is correct. At the time of the operation, we had no knowledge of who the third party was. And in actual fact, we didn't even know who Mr. Matlala was, except the profile that we had.
Please proceed, Witness C.
Thank you. He further gave us the name of his IT specialist, a friend whom he had. He indicated that he assisted with his tuition fees, being Mr. Calvin Rafadi, and also furnished us with his personal cell phone numbers, and that he had assisted him in obtaining his educational qualifications by paying for his tuition fees, and in return, whatever IT-related needs that he would need, Calvin Rafadi will be the person to assist him.
Witness C, with reference to paragraph 45.3, did Mr. Matlala share with you how General Senona and General Sibia assisted him in securing his tender with the SAPS?
Commissioners, unfortunately, with regard to the way of securing the tender, he didn't go deeper into it as to how were they of an assistance to him. What he indicated is that after each and every payment by the SAPS, then a portion of the payment goes to General Sibia. Thank you, Commissioner.
Witness C, did Mr. Matlala say why he was giving you the name of Mr. Calvin Rafadi, why you needed to know that?
Commissioners, as I have indicated from the onset, that he started to make startling aversions. So one would not know as to why was he giving us the names of the senior police officials, and why was he giving us the name of Calvin Rafadi as a person whom he assisted in his educational needs. And even now, one doesn't have a straight answer to that, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Thank you, Witness C. Please then tell the Commission what was the ultimate outcome of the search of the Matlala residence and what steps you took thereafter with reference to paragraph 46.
Thank you, Commissioners. After we completed the interview with Mr. Matlala, we did a walkthrough or a search at each and every room of the house, and unfortunately, Mr. Mushuka was not found. From there, as we had packaged the exhibits or the firearms, we then had to proceed to withdraw from the residence and proceed to the police station.
Please proceed to paragraph 47, Witness C.
And also, I also prepared a report pertaining the operation and the items that we seized. And with from them we have taken iPhones, 3 iPhones that belong to Mr. Matlala and Mrs. Matlala, with which they also gave permission to us for downloading of the cell phones, and the 2 burner phones, which were 2 Nokias, and also the firearms, the 5 firearms, with which 4 are the ones that we seized at the cottages where Mzimela and Mtetwa were, and the 5th one being the personal pistol of Mr. Matlala.
Thank you, Witness C. Can I request you to turn to Annexure WC2 in your Annexure bundle? Annexure WC2, it appears on page 8. We will also flight it on the monitor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Witness C. We are then at page 8 in your annexure bundle, and we're at paragraph 5.
Thank you, Commissioners. I'm there.
Could you then take the Commission through the contents of paragraph 5?
Thank you, Commissioners. I will read onto the record, Commissioners. Paragraph
Perhaps
5
can we-
says, I then informed Mr. Matlala
Witness C,
that I was being...
Witness C, perhaps if you could just first explain what is this document.
Thank you, Commissioners. This is the affidavit that I made at Brooklyn SAPS as I was registering an inquiry pertaining the firearms that I have seized, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Thank you, Witness B. Thank you, Commissioner. And that affidavit is annexed to paragraph 48 of your witness statement. Witness C, you were then taking the Commission through paragraph 5.
Thank you, Commissioners. I would first make a request, Commissioners, that I have indicated the name of the forensic expert, the photographer. So can I be allowed not to make mention of his name, please?
Indeed. You may omit the name of the warrant officer, Witness C.
Thank you, Commissioners. I then informed Mr. Matlala that I was going to confiscate the firearms for inquiry and ballistic testing purposes. I then requested a photographer to process and package the firearms. I then, together with the photographer, proceeded to Brooklyn SAPS and booked in the aforementioned firearms into the SAPS 13 as per SAPS 13 number 661 of 2024. The details of the firearms are as follows. 9mm Taurus with serial number ACB 576166, sealed in a forensic seal bag number PAD 002374648. Second item, 9mm Taurus with serial number ACB 576168, sealed in a forensic seal bag number PAD 002374647. Third item, it is a 9mm Beretta with serial number BER 480751, sealed in a forensic seal bag number PA 450160252. Item number 4, it is R5 rifle with serial number 2055045, sealed in a forensic seal bag number PAR 400412007. The last item, which is item number 5, is R5 rifle with serial number 2010724, sealed in a forensic seal bag number PAR 412082. Commissioners, I can tell you that item 1, 2, 4, 5. These are the firearms that belong to CAT VIP Protection Services. Item number 3, it is Mr. Vusimusi Matlala's personal firearm. Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you, Witness C. If I can then confirm that based on your affidavit attached as Annexure WC2, the 5 firearms that you seized at Mr. Matlala's residence were therefore properly booked into SAP 13 at the Brooklyn Police Station. Is that correct?
That is correct, Commissioners.
Thank you, Witness C.
Thank you.
Commissioners, I note that the copy of Annexure WC2 in your file, the affidavit is unsigned, but we've located a final and signed version, and we will update your files over lunch. The documents are identical. It was just a matter of sourcing the signed affidavit. Thank you. Please then proceed, Witness C, from paragraph 47.3.
Thank you, Commissioners. At the house of, at the premises of Mr. Matlala, I took a list for all the individuals, including the kids that were in the residence, which included four children, Commissioners.
Please proceed, Witness C.
And then on the next day, which was like, I think it was around 20 minutes past 12 at night, we proceeded to Brooklyn ACPS, whereby the items, as I have read out as per Annexure WC2, were booked properly, and an inquiry, as per inquiry Brooklyn 1 of 12/2024, was registered.
Thank you, Witness C. And in terms of paragraph 49.
For what purpose were these booked, the cell phones?
The cell phones were also booked in the same SAP 13 number 661 of 2024.
For what purpose? For what purpose?
For downloading and investigation purposes, Commissioners, as we have first acquired consent from Mr. and Mrs. Matlala for their phones to be downloaded.
Thank you.
And those cell phones were booked in as per SAP number 661, and also immediately booked out as per the same SAP 13 number for investigation purposes.
Thank you, Witness C. You then state in paragraph 49 that the Brooklyn inquiry was thereafter assigned to the responsible warrant officer. Is that correct?
That is correct, Commissioners.
Please then take the commission through the contents of paragraph 50, in particular the events of the 12th of December 2024.
Thank you, commissioners. On the 8th of December, I handed the cell phones to our cybercrime experts for downloading purposes, and they were returned to me on the 11th of December, 2024, and with the report that the cell phones were not downloaded or imaged, and that services of the private sector were also tried in order to download those cell phones, but they were never downloaded. Then on the 12th of December, I returned...
Just a minute, Witness C. You say they were not downloaded. Was it a case of it being unable to do a download, or was it a case of them simply not being downloaded? In your testimony, you say they were not downloaded. Please explain.
Thank you, the cell phones were not downloadable, commissioners.
They were not downloadable. They were not downloadable. Is that what you mean?
That is correct, commissioners.
Yeah, because when you say they were not downloaded, it suggests that they were taken there to be downloaded, but that was not done. And it's different altogether if it was a case of them not being downloadable.
No, thank you, commissioners. These phones were not downloadable, which now brought me to a conclusion that, as Mr. Matlala has given us a friend, an IT specialist friend, Mr. Calvin Rafadi, who assists him in all his IT-related needs, then maybe Mr. Rafadi might have done something or tempered the cell phones so that they cannot be downloadable.
Can you please make me understand this? Evidence has been led of a few witnesses now who have told us what was found in Mr. Matlala's phone. How was access gained to that? Was that something other than what you sought to download? And if it was something else, how was that obtained?
Thank you, commissioners. I was of I thought we were still coming to that point, but commissioners, I will put the commission at ease to say that these phones, these particular phones that we are talking about, they were returned to Mr. Matlala on the 12th of December 2024. Fast forward, we arrested Mr. Matlala on the 14th of May 2025, and his phones were confiscated, and he consented to the search on the cell phones or downloading on the cell phones. These phones that were confiscated on the 14th of May were new phones altogether. The phones that I have returned on the 12th of December 2024, he informed me that he had enjoyed the warmth of them being burnt, as he didn't trust that the police would just give his cell phones back without maybe putting something, a listening device, onto those phones. So he burnt the phones that were confiscated on the 6th of December 2024.
Thank you.
Commissioners.
Thank you, Witness C. Then to clarify the exchange between you and the chairperson, please confirm that 2 sets of cell phones were then taken from Mr. and Mrs. Matlala. The first on the 6th of December from the operation at their house, and the second culminating from his arrest in May of this year. Please confirm if that is an accurate summation of your evidence.
That is correct, Commissioners.
Further, Witness C, that you testified to returning the 3 cell phones on the 12th of December 2024. Those, according to your evidence, are the cell phones that could not be downloaded by either the SAPS Cybercrimes Unit or the private sector service provider. Is that an accurate reflection of your evidence?
That is an accurate reflection of my evidence, Commissioners, that the cell phones that were confiscated or seized on the 6th of December 2024 were taken to Cybercrimes Unit and they were not downloadable, and also the services of the private sector they also failed to download those cell phones as they were undownloadable. Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you, Witness C. And then perhaps for completion, is it an accurate reflection of your evidence that upon the arrest of Mr. Matlala in May of 2025, he informed the arresting officers that he burnt the cell phones that you returned to his house on the 12th of December? Is that accurate?
That is very accurate, Commissioners, that he didn't trust the police, and therefore he thought the police might have bugged his phones. So indeed, he alluded that he had burnt the 3 iPhones.
Okay. Witness C, my final question with reference to paragraph 15. Your evidence has been that these 3 iPhones were incapable of being downloaded. In your years of experience as a detective, have you ever come across such a situation where cell phones are incapable of being downloaded by both the SAPS as well as private sector service providers?
Thank you, Commissioners. I have made submissions I have submitted the cell phones previously to our cybercrime department for downloading, and this was my first time to experience a phone that is undownloadable, Commissioners.
Witness C, in paragraph 51 of your witness statement, you set out certain conclusions or reflections that you drew following from the operation at Mr. Matlala's residence. Could you please take the commission through the contents of paragraph 51 in your own words?
Thank you, commissioners. When one says things, it is our duty as investigators to investigate the veracity or the truthfulness of such assertions. So we indeed went back and started doing investigations. One of it was that pertaining the 1.2 billion tender that Mr. Matlala said he held with SAPS, we found that indeed he had the tender with SAPS, and that tender was to the value of 360 million. And furthermore, despite the fact that Mr. Matlala had a lot of cases that were once opened against him, and then also the criminal record that he had, he had indeed close relationships with the senior SAP officials. And the other fact is that for him to be informed of our debriefing at the STF offices and our departure from STF offices to his house, it shows that he is well aware of all the operations that we as SAPS do have, as he is well connected with the high-ranking officials of the SAPS. And the fact that Mr. Given Makofane came a few minutes after our arrival. My conclusion is that by the time that Mr. Matlala was informed of our briefing that we were coming to his, no, we were doing a briefing at the STF offices, that gave him ample time to move Mr. Bushuga, as we were of a full belief that Mr. Bushuga was there, was held at Mr. Matlala's house. And the arrival of Given Makofane was, Given Makofane was coming there to fetch Mr. Matlala to avoid being questioned or interviewed by the police. Furthermore, the fact General Worker Mr. Yusufu or Mutupanyama, when we asked of his boss and he indicated that his boss was not there, it is my belief that Mr. Matlala had already informed his general worker that he was leaving. So it was his belief that the boss had already left the house.
Thank you, Witness C. Witness C, that concludes your evidence insofar as it relates to the operation at the Matlala residence. Unless there's an additional observation you would like to make, I would then invite us to turn to page 20 of your witness statement. Page 20, please.
Thank you. I have turned to page 20 of my witness statement.
Thank you. Witness C, commencing at paragraph 52, please confirm to the Commission the date on which Mr. Katiso Molfe was arrested and who his co-accused are.
Ms. Moshasedi, with regard to theme 1, you actually read the theme into the record in full. You don't want to do the same?
Thank you for the guidance, Chairperson.
Okay.
Witness C, theme 2 begins on page 20. It is titled The 12th of December 2024 Raid on the Prison Cell of Mr. Katiso Molfe. I will then repeat the question to you, Witness C. Please turn to paragraph 52 and inform the Commission when Mr. Molfe was arrested and who his co-accused are in respect of the relevant CAS number.
Thank you, Commissioners. On the 6th December 2024, the GCI Ops, we conducted parallel operations. One being the search of Mr. Bushuka at Mr. Matlala's house. Another one, execution of J50 warrant of arrest on Mr. Katiso Molfe at Sandhurst. And another being the execution of a J50 warrant of arrest of Mr. Laki Buitumelo Molfe at Port Peace. So, on this parallel operation,
Please continue, Witness C.
and he was charged as a suspect number 4.
Witness C. Witness C. Please repeat a few sentences back. I think we lost you for a short moment. Please repeat your answer.
Thank you. As I have indicated that we had 3 parallel operations on the 6th of December. The successful operation was on the execution of J50 warrant of arrest for Mr. Katiso Molfe at Sandhurst. He was then subsequently charged as accused number 4 as per Vereniging Case 275 of 4/2024, which is the murder of Mr. Armand Swart in Vereniging. And he was charged alongside the police official, the ex-warrant officer, Michael Puletau, Musake Kana, and Tieho Floyd, aka Denny Mabusela.
Please proceed into paragraph 53.
So, after our operations at the residence of Mr. Matlala, Then I joined the team, the GCI Ops team. In the case whereby now we were officially charging Mr. Katiso Molfe and also continued searching for Mr. Lakibuitumelo Molfe. Then Mr. Molfe then appeared for his first appearance on the 9th of December at Vereeniging Court, and he was remanded in custody and was incarcerated at Groenbent Correctional Facility. On the 12th of December, I received an intel that Katiso was in possession of a cell phone whilst he is incarcerated. I then proceeded to Groenbent Correctional Facility, whereby a search to his cell was conducted. In his cell, we didn't find any contraband and or a cell phone. Instead, we found him in possession of his notice of rights, as they were handed over to him upon his arrest, with the cell phone numbers that he had written on the back, and the warrant of arrest, the J50 warrant of arrest, including a statement that was prepared in support of the warrant of arrest by witness B, as well as a set of new polo track suits. Then I questioned him of these items, more especially with the statement or an affidavit by witness B as to how did he get hold of the affidavit, because the disclosure of the docket hasn't been done as yet. And he indicated that he was given the affidavit by his legal representative. And pertaining the tracksuits, he informed us that the tracksuits were brought to him by an SAPS official, Brigadier Nkwashu of Sidibeng sector.
Witness C, sorry, Witness C, you said something about his explanation where he got the J50 form and the statement in support of the application for a warrant. Can you please repeat that? I misunderstood something, I think.
Thank you, Commissioners. Yes, when I asked him where he got the copy of the J50, and more especially the affidavit by witness B in support or for the application for the J50 warrant of an arrest, he indicated that he had obtained it from his legal representative.
In the normal course of things, would the legal representatives have been provided with properly been provided with the J50 form and statement by that point, by that date?
No, your commissioners. Normally, the legal representative will be provided with the copy of a J50 warrant of an arrest, not the supporting affidavit, commissioners.
Thank you.
Thank you, Witness C. You were still busy with the contents of paragraph 55, please.
Thank you, commissioners. This assertion by Mr. Molfe that a brigadier brought him the tracksuits, I found it worrying that a suspect that is alleged to have been involved in a serious crime like this, why would a brigadier who has no involvement in the investigation of the case would visit such an accused person? And we then took steps in investigating that to check if this is really true, that the brigadier had indeed attended to Groenband Correctional Facility to visit the accused person.
Thank you, Witness C. Before you inform the Commission what inquiries you made at the prison, please confirm whether you had come across or were aware of Brigadier Nkwashu prior to his name being mentioned that day at Groenband facility.
Thank you, Commissioners. As I have indicated that when I joined the GCI Ops, I was briefed of the things that happened between the investigating officers and the senior police management. So of one of their encounters, I learned that there was an individual by the name of Brigadier Nkwashu who showed interest in the case. Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you, Witness C. You can proceed to detail the contents of paragraph 56, please.
Thank you, Commissioners. Yes, inquiries were made at the prison, Groenband, and we were informed that indeed on the 9th of December 2024, a person who became known to them or who introduced himself as Brigadier Nkwashu and a brother-in-law of Mr. Molfe came to the prison, and he was in possession of food and clothing. And upon his arrival, he indicated that his brother-in-law, Mr. Molfe, was arrested at the airport, and therefore he was never afforded an opportunity to get items like clothes, toiletry stuff. So therefore he would want to see the incarcerated person who is Mr. Molfe. So it is said that Brigadier Nkwashu was advised that his visit at the correctional facility, it was after normal working hours. Therefore, he wouldn't be able to see his brother-in-law, Mr. Molfe. And by that, then the prison officials can only take the clothes as food is not allowed into the prison facility. Furthermore, the officials of the prison, they indicated that they found it very worrying that a senior official at the level of a brigadier came to the prison driving in a motor vehicle with which the number plates had been removed. So then that is one of the things that puzzled them. And I also got it worrying to say that why would a senior official at a capacity of a brigadier go to a government institution with a motor vehicle that the number plates had been removed? Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Thank you, Witness C. At paragraph 57 of your statement, you make reference to an annexure WC3. These are the statements of prison officials. Witness C, before detailing the contents of these statements, can I ask the commissioners as well as yourselves to please turn to page 10 of the annexure bundle, page 10. I'll let you know. Are you there, Witness C?
I am there, Commissioners.
Thank you. Witness C, can you confirm that these statements of the prison officials were taken in the context of the inquiries that you made concerning the visit of Brigadier Nkwashu to Mr. Molfe?
That is correct, Commissioners. The statements were taken by us for the inquiry pertaining the visit of Brigadier Nkwashu at the Groenbent Correctional Center.
Thank you, Witness C. We are now on page 10 of the annexure bundle. It is also being flighted here in the auditorium. Witness C, we have redacted the name of the deponent to that affidavit, but could you please read the title in paragraph 1 of the individual who makes this affidavit, their title at Groenbent?
Thank you, Commissioners. This individual indicated that he is an assistant director in the Department of Correctional Services stationed at Groenbent Maximum Correctional Center. Thank you.
Witness C, could you then read the contents of paragraph 3 of that affidavit?
Thank you, Commissioners. At my office, The unknown African male then
Witness C.
introduced himself to me
Witness C.
as...
Witness C, my apologies. Could you pick it up from paragraph 2 to provide context?
Thank you, Commissioners. On 9 December 2024, at about 15:50, I was officially on duty when I noticed an African male through my office window being escorted from the gate. At that time, I'm sorry, Commissioners, I will not make mention of the name. At that time, Mr. Dees, the Center Coordinator Staff Support, was an acting head of Correctional Service Center. And the aforesaid African male wearing civilian clothing was taken to the office of Mr. Dees. Later on, at the passage, I heard people talking, saying that the aforementioned male was in fact looking for me. I then went out of my office and walked towards the stairs. And as I was walking, I saw both Mr. Dees and the African male looking at me. As they approached me, Mr. Dees said to the unknown African male, "He will assist you," pointing at me. I then greeted the said male and took him to my office. Paragraph 3. At my office, the unknown African male then introduced himself to me as Brigadier Nkwashu, and he further informed me that he came to visit one awaiting trial detainee, Katiso Molfe. Also, he was also bringing clothes and food for Katiso Molfe. At that time, it was already late, and I informed Brigadier Nkwashu that the correctional center is already closed. Therefore, he will not be able to see the detainee, Katiso Molfe, or to give him clothes and food. I further asked Brigadier Nkwashu as to who referred him to me, and his response was that he was referred to me by the area commissioner, Mr. X, that I will assist him.
Witness C, please also read paragraph 4. Thank you.
Paragraph 4. Brigadier Nkwashu told me that he was having tracksuits, t-shirts, and food that he wanted to hand over to Katiso Molfe. I then told him that food is not allowed as the correctional center is already closed, as the time was approximately 15:55. Brigadier Nkwashu did not have a problem, and I went with him to his car through the gate in order to collect the clothes. We went to a BMW, though I am not sure whether it's an X3 or X5, but white in color without number plates. He gave me brand new tracksuits and a t-shirt, and I searched the clothes in his presence. I then informed him that the clothes were fine, and he then left. Paragraph 5. On 10 December 2024, I called Ms. Y at the unit P4 to come and collect the tracksuits and t-shirt. She indeed came. I then requested her to search the clothes first, and she did so. The tracksuits were brand new, blue and orange in color, and I cannot recall what label were they. and the t-shirt was orange in color. I further informed Ms. Y that if the detainee Katiso Molfe does not know Brigadier Nkwashu, he must not accept the clothes and they must be returned back to me. However, the clothes were never brought back to me, and I concluded that Katiso Molfe knows Brigadier Nkwashu.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Witness C.